The Payments tab is used to receive payments from a cash customer and in some special cases, an account customer. Let's take a look at a ticket that we've already done so that we can see how we would apply payments to it. We're going to go ahead and pull up a ticket that we've already done here for a customer that's being billed to an insurance company, but they have a $100 deductible. Because their terms are COD, we'll have to show payment of this $100 deductible before we can invoice the ticket. We'll need to click on the Payments tab, and now in the Amount section, we'll type in the amount of the payment that we're receiving. After we put in the amount, we'll pick the appropriate payment type. Payment types that are listed here can be added to by going under Admin, Configuration, Payment Types. Once you specify the appropriate payment type, sometimes there may be other fields available. Here, if we go and pick check, we have a spot to put in a check number. And because we have the check scanning module, there is an authorization code field. However, if you don't have the check scanning module, you would have a spot for a driver's license number and a birth date. Also, if we look to the right, there's a pay date field. If the payment that you're putting in was received on a previous day, you can go into the pay date field and highlight that date and change it back to another day. You can only go backwards. You cannot forward date the payment. Some other fields there to the right is the deposit date, deposit number, and an AR transaction number. Those are all posted in the program. First, when you save this ticket, it will assign this payment an AR transaction number. And then once the payment is deposited in the AR daily deposit section, it will fill in the date and the deposit transaction number in those fields for your reference. Now, if you're receiving multiple payments, you would simply type in again the amount of the payment that you're receiving. And let's say this particular customer paid us cash, and then they paid the other portion as a credit card. You could simply put in each of the amounts and the payment types. There's a special payment type called discount deductible for auto glass. If in this case we wanted to waive half of the deductible, we could simply put in the $50 and choose discount deductible. And what that does is then prevents that $50 from being put into the daily deposit screen, as we actually did not receive any money, and then it would post in your general ledger if you're using the full accounting into the appropriate general ledger account for the discount. Down at the bottom of the Payments tab, we have the Insured Totals. So on an insurance job, it's going to show the amount of the deductible to be collected, any taxes that the customer may have to pay, the total, and then payments that have been collected, and the remaining balance. And again, this is strictly for the cash customer side of the ticket. So the remaining balance that's being billed to the insurance company is showed in our totals window in the balance section. Above the Insured Totals is the AR Payments section. So any payments that have been applied through the Accounts Receivable module will be displayed in this window. Once we receive the payment from the insurance company and applied it through the Accounts Receivable module, if we were to search this invoice back up, that payment information would show up in this AR Payment section. Keep in mind that account customers and especially bill to customers payments are not posted in the payment section. They are actually applied through Accounts Receivable module. Once a ticket has been saved as an invoice, no payments can be entered in through the Payments tab. And then you'll notice in the Totals box to the right, there's a Payments box, and that shows all payments that have been applied to this invoice. So it would be the cash payments as well as any accounts receivable payments that have been posted.